Hey, so if you have stiff steering on one of these cars here, a 10 and up, you know, or you've got where you get to a certain place and you can feel it bind or a catch as you turn your wheel, whatever have you. So I'll show you what your problem most likely is. The common problem, this one's had to have it. Now, I did both steering shafts on this one, but your problem is gonna be right down in here on your rack. So see, there's your rack. Let me see if I can zoom in with this. Is that U-joint? Right there, they get stiff. And let's see if I can wipe off my camera a little bit. Let's try that. Not giving me a good picture. There we go, that's a better picture. So, again, lift up the airbox and go right down in here. See the U-joint there? Where it goes into the rack, it's a lower steering shaft. It bolts on to the upper steering shaft. Right up there. And you just take those bolts out. Now, I've done it all because I know the bearings where it goes to the dash up here in connection to the steering column. So I've done both of them on this car. While I'm here, we'll check the oil. This is my 10. Oil looks good. I don't like how they put the oil on these newer ones down under the airbox, but whatever. At least they still have a dipstick unlike some cars, but so that's the problem that will happen with these, and it'll cause a stiff and binding steering wheel. And this one's had this problem, and it's been rectified. And so if you got a stiff steering wheel, it's just really stiff, hard to turn, it kind of binds, that's most likely your problem. Check that. Now I've had, now if you're driving down the road, you got a problem like this one had. And that one's still low enough miles as I had it yet. But I knew enough. Of course, this one's lower miles, but it had the problem because the ball joint boots are bad. Anyways, the lower ball joints can get stiff on some of these cars and cause your steering wheel to bind. And so it's like a sticking steering wheel. When you turn it, it won't return to center, or it sticks, or it binds, or it's still kind of hard, stiff to steer. Then that's going to be a ball joint issue. And these little older model of town cars were way worse about the ball joints than these newer models. This seems to have a little bit superior front end there and whatnot. They did some changes that made that front end better, but so that's a problem. This was a, you know, 03 to 10 has that same front end on these, or 11 I should say. Some were sold as 11s, but that's a 10. So, and these just seem to have ball joint, but there is a TSB out on that steering shaft of those. That's how I had a friend that worked over at Ford, and that's how I learned about it. And so, common problem on these. And then we have this that really hasn't given me any steering issues yet. She's at 50-something thousand. Of course, she is set out in the field. The sun has been horrible to her, and I need to get it painted. As you can see, the interior's done. I mean, even the, look at that, even the dash pad's just, man, the interior's just done on this thing. We got door panels on. I'm gonna put a trailer hitch on it. Why? I don't know. I really shouldn't, but I want to. So I may, if I ever get around to put the trailer hitch on, I may shoot a video. As you can see, we got the interior, we got the nice seats, but it needs to be painted. But I've lost my paint guy, so whatever. But yeah, so that's probably your Brexit steering issues. So it's probably your problem. Now, if, and a way you can check to see if it's your ball joints or whatnot is take your outer tie rod off out here and jack it up, and then move this side. If the ball joints move free and you can turn your wheel by hand, you know, grab your wheel or your steering knuckle, because you'll probably have your wheel off when you take this tie rod off, and you can turn it free, then you know it's not a ball joint issue, and you can put it back on that side and move to the other side. If it binds, then you know it's a ball joint issue. If it doesn't, well, these aren't really known for racks, and if it's just stiff and binding. Now, if it's like you have very little or no power steering at all, then you could have a pump issue, a power steering pump issue. I've not had to do one on a 10 yet, but it doesn't mean don't have to. And I know the, you know, 91 through like 02 models, and I've had several of those and still do have a couple 99s of a Touring and an Executive. I know the pumps will whine and can go bad on these. Slow enough, I'm lucky the pump's not whining yet, but so I hope this helps with Lincoln steering issues. Boy, that's where I would start, and then I just kind of go from there. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching, and I do hope this helps, and you have a wonderful day.